I decided to come back to Cork to do a master's, so I investigated all of the masters that were available for the year in which I was coming home, and the content of the MBS in Management and Marketing most applied to my undergraduate degree, which was hotel management, and I wanted to, I suppose, improve on my management skills, and also the marketing side of it was very interesting because of working in the industry in which I am working, and everybody needs to know how to market themselves and their business. So I thought it was great. I thought it was diverse enough to be interesting for me from the angle I was coming at, but there was also a lot of younger students in the course who were possibly more technically minded or entrepreneurship minded or innovators. So I think it was very interesting for them, but also it was wide enough to be interesting for me as well from a management HR perspective. I loved the HR element to it. I found that very interesting because at the time I was managing staff and dealing with a lot of staff. I've since moved from that role to a more marketing based role, coincidentally. But I found that at the time very, very interesting and applicable to my working life, which was great. I suppose for me personally, it was a sense of achievement to go back because I went back later to do the masters, so it was a huge sense of personal growth for me to do it. And in my career, as I've mentioned, I was always in hotel management, but I've now moved into a sales and marketing role within the hotel, and the masters has given me the confidence, I suppose, to be able to say I can do this and I am able to do this now, which is a different strain of what I used to be doing. So definitely helped. Well, going back to college, the technical side of it was a bit of a challenge. Just submitting essays, submitting our project at the end of the year, the research side of it, that had changed a lot since my undergrad. So I found that challenging, but also great at the end that I was able to do it. I would and have recommended it actually to other people. A friend of my cousin's actually decided to apply for it, but she came through me first for advice on it. So I definitely would recommend it to other people. I found it hugely beneficial to myself, and I think the education is never a waste. And it's a very short course between the time spent on campus and then you have a work placement at the end. So it's not a huge commitment, and the end result is hugely beneficial. So it's definitely worth it. I suppose just to research the current trends in marketing and management would be great. Just to have a base. If it's a student leaving college and going straight into a master's, they won't have the work experience to apply to the modules which I did, so I could really relate to various things. So I would definitely encourage anybody going into a management and marketing masters to research current management practices and marketing practices, which are changing every 5 minutes, just to have a basic understanding of it. And I suppose a lot of it is writing as well, and especially for marketing and advertising, I would recommend that anybody do maybe a grammar course. I would have found that very beneficial because you're so long out of doing that. It just would stand to everybody, I think, to refresh that. A great group of people, very interesting. They made the lectures as interactive as possible, and we did a lot of projects, which was great. We did marketing campaigns from start to finish, and we were given a lot of leeway, I suppose, with those projects. It was great to see how these things roll out in real life, even though it's in the safe environment of a college setting. And they put on a lot of extra courses as well. Like we did a social media boot camp, which was excellent. Yeah, I thought they were all great, and I see some of them on occasion now and again. But I suppose when you're doing a master's, it's that little bit of an older, more mature environment, so you can kind of consider them, while not colleagues maybe, but friends as opposed to teachers or lecturers. So I loved it. It was great to go to UCC. Two of my brothers had been here before me, so I suppose that was a motivator. I hadn't studied in Cork, even though I'm from Cork, and they were forever saying you can't spell success without UCC. So I decided I better do it myself. It was a great course, and I would strongly recommend UCC and any course this year.